Hello everybody, welcome back. YouTube.com/Geek Aloud for another Let's Install. Today, it is F123 on to a PlayStation 5 digital install, I'll also note, this is an Xbox controller, but by using a USB dongle, it works just beautifully on the PS5. We'll add it to the library as F123 is included as this month's, or one of, I should say, this month's PlayStation Plus library. You know, if you're a subscriber, you get 4 games, I believe it is. We will go ahead and download the PlayStation 5 version. It's telling us there it's 61.09 gigs. But I will also use this opportunity to remind you, if you haven't already, Sifu's amazing. I picked it up back on launch, but add that one to your library if you haven't. Also, too, Destiny 2 The Witch King, amazing game. I purchased it back when it came out, but that's available as well. Add it to your library if you haven't. Hello Neighbor 2, my boys love it on the Xbox, but I haven't added it to my library yet. Tisk. So here we go now. I'll add that one to my library. This isn't the install for that. It's just a reminder. Make sure you add them to your library before the end of the month when they switch them out. And so long as your PlayStation Plus subscription remains active, you will always have access to those digital library games. There it is. And if I hit this button here, I believe we can go on over, pull up the uploads, downloads, and we can confirm the digital install of F123 is 61.09 gigabytes onto the PlayStation 5. What we're about to do now is check out some gameplay from F123. We'll check that out. But then once the install itself is complete, or the download, I should say, once the download's complete and it's installed, then I'll jump back here. We'll jump into the menu systems. We'll see what kind of accessibility options they've got, any display or graphics type options worth tweaking. We'll have a look. And then, as we always do on the Let's Install series, we will bounce back out to the PS5 dashboard, pull up the particulars, and I'll give you the full install size, as it will differ from the download size, and I will give you the current version number for the game. But for now, let's check out some gameplay, shall we? Well, I gotta say, it's running pretty seamlessly. It appears to my eye to be running at a full 60 frames a second. I'm certainly not seeing any frame drops anywhere. Holy moly! I might need to play a little bit with the dead zone on this, I think. That's right, bad workman blames his tool, and that's exactly what I'm choosing to blame here today. Certainly nothing to do with the bloke sitting behind the wheel. Look at that, Until Dawn's ready to play. If you haven't checked out the PlayStation Plus app on your phone, it's got the weekly, monthly, some of them appear to run for 3 months even, the campaigns where you play various games and you unlock rewards. I don't really care too much about the 3D objects that you can unlock by completing the challenges, but what is cool is that a couple of the challenges each month have credits associated with them, coins, what have you. And if you stick 2,000 coins together, that'll get you $8 credit on the PlayStation Store. There's various other things you can buy with it. There's some games on there for, you know, between sort of 3,000 and 8,000 points, I think it is, for, you know, a couple of indie games. But for me, the real money is exactly that, just turning 2,000 reward coins into $8 on the store. I think that's value for money right there. Speaking of value for money, look at that turn, would ya? Woo! Once again, a reminder tonight, get back on the couch. Gaming Enforcement Agency, it's happening live here on Geek Aloud at 8 PM. Myself, Bully, Unky Dunky, discussing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Helldivers 2. Unky and myself have been going hard into Helldivers 2 and enjoying every minute of it. We're yet to talk Bully into purchasing it. We'll do our best tonight to bend his arm. Maybe I'll word him up in advance and get his PS5 dashboard hooked up. And we'll see if we can't get him to hit that buy button live on air this evening. That's 8 o'clock here tonight on Geek Aloud. The Gaming Enforcement Agency returns. It'd be great to have you along with us for the ride. You can chat, of course, with us in real time in the YouTube chat and pick yourselves up some free responses from us on the couch as we go. Oh, look at this. We're making up time on every turn here. This is starting to feel like home. Or maybe he spoke too soon. No, we've pulled it off. And what you're looking at here is our first practice lap in the full career mode. As I said at the top, this game is the full version of the game available in PlayStation Plus monthly games for March. That's how we've gone hands-on today at no additional cost. It's exactly the type of price we're looking for here at Geek Aloud. No cost experiences every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Myself and Unky Dunky did go diving into hell last night. We captured some footage that you'll be seeing on the show this evening. What's the chance something went sideways and I had a controller input malfunction that may or may not have resulted in my death, possibly Unky Dunky's as well. Check out the show tonight, 8 o'clock here on Geek Aloud, Gaming Enforcement Agency, and you'll find out just how well I've been diving into hell. You'll also see some of Unky Dunky, some real skills, some possibly hashtag real gamer action with Unky Dunky, just carrying me around the battlefield and leading me in the right direction. Thanks, Unky! Oh no, he's lost it. Here we go. The real question is how many of these laps do I have to... Oh, see, flashing up things on screen, I'm distracted, lose the driving line, and almost took us off the track then. Oh, and if you haven't checked it out yet, please check out the macro install videos for Helldivers 2 on the channel. Across two videos, I walk you through the process of setting up the macros on a PC and then deploying those macros in Helldivers 2 on PlayStation 5 with a USB keyboard plugged into the front of the PlayStation 5. It allows me to call in stratagems at a somewhat reasonable pace. I was hoping it was going to enable me to sort of go up beyond level 4 of difficulty, but I'm yet to complete a level 4 difficulty map, so even with the old man hand slowing me down and the macros trying to sort of pick up that gap and enable me to play at a higher level, I still am not man enough to be able to pull off some of the moves required. But 2 of 20, I have zero interest in doing 20 laps. Delta Goodrum's happy with me again. Look at that, she's green in the top right corner. Oh, speaking of things to look at, check it out. I think the install's complete. let's jump on back now to that there. Let's install video, and I'll take you through the settings menu and show you exactly what it is you should be considering when installing the game and setting it up for yourself for the first time. Here we go, back to me right now. Installed right here, youtube.com/Geek Aloud. F123. You've just seen some gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's boot it on up now and check out the settings menu, see what we have available. All right, here we are at the main menu. Let's find the settings, shall we? I'm half asleep. Forgive me if it takes me a moment. I must wake up, for tonight is the return of the Gaming Enforcement Agency. Myself, Bully, and Unky Dunky will all be back here on the couch and virtual couches this evening. Why don't you come by and join us? We're discussing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we're not discussing end-user license agreements or privacy policies, but we're also covering Helldivers 2, the incredibly excellent Helldivers 2. Catch our full thoughts this evening at 8 p.m. right here on Geek Aloud for the live stream, live podcast. If you're so inclined, join us live, jump on into the chat, and throw us any thoughts, comments, questions as we go. And Bully will do his best to pick them on up. And we will certainly get back to you throughout the episode. Subtitles off, you know it. Voice chat, I'm going to turn that off as well. No thanks. Mono mix off. Tinnitus filter, not for me, but if you've got hearing issues, you might want to look into it. Colorblind mode, I don't suffer from that either. X to continue. Let's find ourselves the full menu, hopefully, and check it on out. Oh, I must remember to turn off the audio. That'll be the very first thing we do, as I don't like the copyright strikes on YouTube. Settings, what do they got? Yeah, casual's fine, thanks. Filthy casual. Audio settings. Oh, no. Geez, I'm a bit hot on the old left thumb there. Music. Let's get rid of it. Now, let's go back to the top, shall we? Check out the assists to start with. Steering assist off. Yes, thanks. We'll leave that alone. Graphics settings. This one's usually good. 100 now. I'm not going to go through my setup because I've got the studio lights on currently, but definitely time to set up for yourself. Motion blur strength. Turn it off entirely. You don't want any of that disrupting the picture. Steering animation on. HDR auto is fine. Graphics priority. Performance. That's right. You want 60 frames a second whenever possible. Ceramic apparition. I'm going to turn it on. I like a good bit of lens flare myself. Accessibility options. Here we go. Who are they catering for? Subtitles off. They're catering for me there. Voice chat off. We've already seen. We've already gone through that one. All right. EA music. We won't dive into that as we've muted it. Audio settings. What else was there? Master volume. Let's crank it to 10, shall we? Effects at 10. Speech at 10. Music off. When I'm actually playing, the music will be back on. But for the purposes of this video, it's off. Other cars. Oh, yeah. Let me hear them coming. Onboard mix cinematic is fine. Speaker type. Headphones available? No. Engine ducking light. Engine ducking, that just means as other audio happens, the sound of your engine will drop back just a little bit so you can hear, you know, the comms from your pit crew, what have you, a little bit clearer. Main commentator, David Croft, sure. Language, English. Multiplayer, push to talk, we'll leave all those off. Audio assists off, and we can leave that one on. Radio auto, yeah, give us everything. Radio calls on, yes. Music, replay music, yeah, leave that on. A soundtrack, session music off, that's as you're racing, obviously. OSD, on-screen display, we'll have it on. On-screen display during the cockpit view, unneeded, as you've got all the things there. Units, yeah, kilometers an hour. None of that imperial system here, thank you. Degrees Celsius, once again, metric for the win. Track map, mini-map, sure. Map rotation on, delta time on. Proximity arrows on. Driver tags on. Start lights on. Virtual review mirror, we'll leave that off. Session timer off. Always display objective panel off, yes. Controls vibration, force feedback. It knows I'm rocking the Logitech G29. What it doesn't know is that it's an Xbox One though, and thanks to the little USB dongle, we'll leave it right there. Telemetry settings. Now, I don't tweak any of these because I don't know enough about it, but that's available. Crossplay, I assume we just want to leave it enabled. Yeah, enabled. That's it. That is all the settings for F123. So let's bounce on out now, pull up the particulars and wrap up this here. Let's install. I can tell you, F123 on the PlayStation 5 digital edition this month. What are we? March? March is PlayStation Plus month. It's included. So if you're a subscriber at no extra cost, you can go hands-on. It's currently version 1.0.2.0.000, and that is a full and complete install size of 61.13 gigabytes. Thank you very much for watching another Let's Install right here on Geek Aloud. Please come back tonight for the Gaming Enforcement Agency. As I said, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Helldivers 2. What else can you do with Geek Aloud? Like it, subscribe it, you'll never miss it. Oh, that was luck. Hey, that's something. Oh! Old Uncle Donkey. Donkey.